In this video, we're going to be hardwiring a dash cam in Katie's car, so this is going to be an in-depth review of this 2K VAVA dash cam, followed by a step-by-step installation guide. Now feel free to skip ahead to the installation if you want, but this is by far my favorite dash cam that I've ever used, and one that I would highly recommend to anybody who's in the market for one of these, so the review is definitely worth watching. I just want to start off by saying that anybody who drives a car on a public road really needs to have a dash cam. If something crazy happens to you out on the road, you get in an accident and it's your word against somebody else's, but you've got the video evidence to back it up, then you'll be good. So that, combined with the fact that dash cams are just so affordable these days, it really doesn't make sense to not have one. The camera that we're going to be looking at today is this 2K Wi-Fi enabled dash cam by VAVA. Now the reason that I love this one so much compared to other dash cams that I've used in the past is that it solves the #1 issue that all dash cams previously have had, which is usability. So any other dash cam, they've got these tiny little screens that you can hardly see and just a couple little physical buttons that you use to navigate through the menus, and they're just kind of clumsy to use. Sometimes the buttons will have multiple functions assigned to them, which makes it even more clumsy to operate. The VAVA dashcam solves all of that by eliminating the screen and the physical buttons and putting all of the controls into one simple and elegant app on your phone. Just turn on the camera and go into your phone's Wi-Fi settings and find the camera in there, and then enter 1234567 as the password, and then after that initial setup, anytime that the camera is running, you can simply open up the app on your phone and it'll automatically connect to your camera. Within the app, you can see a live preview of exactly what the camera is seeing. You can also adjust the camera settings and even send photos and videos directly to your phone over the Wi-Fi connection. Here are a couple settings to take note of. For the video loop, the default is 1 minute, but I changed it to the maximum of 3 minutes so that the camera will create fewer but longer clips while recording. The G-sensor sensitivity by default is set to normal, but because the factory suspension on the FRS is so firm, hitting some of the bumps in our area was triggering the camera's emergency mode, so I set the sensitivity to low. Speaking of emergency mode, the camera will automatically record a 15-second clip if an impact triggers the G-sensor, even if the car is parked. The only thing missing is a physical button on the camera, so if you saw something crazy on the road that didn't necessarily affect your car, you might be able to lock the clip and save it as a separate file. That's something that I could do on some of my other dash cams, but this it's just not a feature on this one. Here are some driving shots. As you can see, the colors are vivid and accurate. The watermark with a date and timestamp can be turned off in the camera settings. With 2K resolution, you can clearly read license plates during the day within about 2 car lengths. The night footage from this camera is just okay, and it really falls apart on roads with no streetlights. I tried to push the exposure in my editing software, but unlike my Sony a6500 YouTube camera, which has seemingly endless dynamic range, the files from the dashcam are just too compressed and the data just isn't there. In the box, you've got some instructions, an interior trim removal tool, and everything that you need for a plug-and-play installation. I like that the outlet has 2 USB ports, so you can have the dashcam plugged in at all times and still have a port open to charge your phone. But since we're doing a clean hardwire installation, we won't even need to use this. The base attaches to the windshield with a suction cup mount, and the camera sticks to the mount with a magnet. This dashcam is a little bit on the bulky side, but if you put it right in front of your rearview mirror, you can still position it out of your field of view. For a clean installation, you will need to pick up a hard wiring kit, and this is the one that was recommended to me by VAVA. I'll link it down below on Amazon. Now the nice thing about this kit is that it does not require any soldering. Everything is just very simple, plug and play. It just plugs into your car's fuse box, and it comes with a couple different fuse sizes, so just pick the right one for your vehicle. We'll begin by removing the interior trim and tucking in the wires. The location of your fuse box will determine which side the wires will be routed to. On the FRS, the fuse box is on the driver's side near the footwell, while on my BMW it's on the passenger side behind the glove box. We need to find a fuse that only gets power when the car's ignition is on. That way the dashcam isn't just running continuously and draining the battery. Once you find the fuse location that you want to use, install the fuse connector from the hard wiring kit and reinstall the fuse into the back of it. You'll also need to attach the ground connection to a bare metal spot on the car. Alright, so quick recap here. We've got the wire going from the dashcam all the way up through under the trim. Comes down here. You can see we put that fuse right there in the fuse box. I did find one fuse that Only turns on when the car ignition is turned on, so when it turns off, the dash cam will also turn off. And then of course we've got the ground wire right there. And if I did everything right, when I start the car right now, or when I turn the ignition to on, the dash cam should power on as well. So let's see if that works. Yep. Cool. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, if you enjoyed the video and you found this information helpful, please just give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you haven't already. Of course, the link for this VAVA dashcam will be down in the description, as well as the hardwiring kit. Thank you so much for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next video. The next couple of videos are going to be installing that M Sport bumper on the car, so look forward to those, and I'll see you guys in the next one.